Yes, guys, as you know, I have two cars, a Citroen and a Vauxhall. Citroen C4 and Vauxhall Zafira. This is my other car, mainly used by my wife at home. I bought this car to use as taxi, but I stopped using it because it's a killer when it comes to petrol. Okay? So it's terrible on fuel. Now, I have a very big problem with this car. I don't know what's going on. The gearbox changes very well. Okay, no issues when the engine is not running, goes into reverse, fine. The clutch as well at the bottom there seems to have enough pressure. I don't, it's a bit, you can feel the pressure in it. But when the engine is running, it doesn't get into gears. I just don't have any idea why it's doing that. But when the engine is off, as you can see, no issues whatsoever. So there's nothing wrong with the gearbox. It's they are not stiff when the engine is off. But once I start the engine, which I will do in a minute, you cannot put it in any gear. Even though the clutch down there goes all the way and it comes all the way up. There's no problem here. I went and opened the engine to check if there's anywhere where the brake fluid is leaking, but there's absolutely nowhere. Everything is fine. Okay, so I will start it. Let me just start it. There we go. Now I'll press the clutch, yeah, and it wouldn't, even if I force it very hard, it wouldn't go into gear. It doesn't go in any gear. I mean, three has gone in, but with so much force, that's fifth gear. I try to pump it again. 3 went in. Let's try 4. 4 went in. So reverse wouldn't go in no matter how hard I try. No reverse, it wouldn't go in. So I'm not quite sure why. So the way we've been driving it this few days, because sometimes we need it to go shopping and all of that, we'll switch it off, put it in first gear, and then start it. And that's the other thing. When it's on first gear or any gear and you start it, it doesn't jump. Normally when the clutch is finished, when there's no clutch whatsoever, and you put it in first gear, it will jump because clutch will be finished. But this one doesn't do that. I press in here, I force it into third gear. As you can see, it's on third gear, and I move my feet up to try to move. It wants to go, but when I put my feet down, it doesn't go anywhere, meaning that the clutch seems to be okay. Let me just switch it off. It's off. I'll put it in first gear, or even in reverse, it doesn't matter. It's in first gear. I'm going to start it. You look, it's not going to jump at all. No jumping. It's just fine. It's just fine. And as you can see down there, my feet is on the clutch, as you can see. And as I move my feet up, it starts to, right here, it's biting, so it wants to move. You see, it wants to move. But when I press down, it's okay, because this is why I'm confused. If the clutch was finished, I couldn't do this. It will be right now moving. It will be right now moving if there was something wrong with the clutch, if there was not enough pressure there. Now, and to take it off gas as well is very hard. If the clutch plate is finished, it will still go in gas. That's what I know. If the clutch plate itself, not the pressure plate, there are two. There's the one that goes in the middle between the one that puts the pressure on the clutch plate itself. If the clutch plate is finished, the car will still change. It's just that when you try to move, it wouldn't go. It will just spin. the revs will go up, but the car wouldn't go anywhere. But the gas will change to normal. So I am not quite sure what's going on with this car. So I hope one of you can comment to, maybe if we had a similar problem, you can comment and tell us, how did you resolve it? My wife called a couple of mechanics. They're saying it's the clutch. All of them, they're saying it's the clutch. They want for £500, £600. You see, so it's let me just turn the camera now just to explain better. Yeah, guys, my wife has already called a couple of mechanics, and they all want like £500, £600, but they all want to change the clutch. The thing is the clutch. I don't know if that is true. So if you had any problem like this with your vauxhall, can you please help? And because I don't want to go out there, remove the gearbox and realize that there's nothing wrong with the clutch, everything is all right, maybe something is wrong somewhere else. I'm kind of just stuck there. What if I buy a new clutch, put the clutch, and I still have the same problem? You see, so if you had any issues like this, or you have any suggestion, please come on, guys. I'm kind of on crossroads here. My wife needs this car, so it cannot just be parked here, without being used, because also tax on this is 250, something like that. It's very expensive, so it has to be used because we paid that. Okay, so that's how it is, folks. If I find some information, I will update you on what's going on. Or if I decide, let me just go ahead, take off the gearbox. Of course, I can do it. I did the Insignia. If you go down on my videos, you'll see I had a 2011 Insignia, and the dual mass flow on it was finished, so I had to fix it myself. So I'm not afraid of removing the wheels and taking off the gearbox and all that and doing. It's just that what I'm concerned with is I don't want to end up doing all that work for no reason, because I believe if the clutch plate is finished, the gas will still change, but it wouldn't move, it will slip. So it wouldn't bite because it's finished. So when you try to move forward, the revs will go up, but the car will kind of be lazy to move or not move at all. That's how I know it. But this one, no, there's no issue. If you put it on first gear and you start, it stays there. It stays there, and you start moving as normal, it moves. It's just that it refuses to change gears when the engine is running. So that's the catch for me. That's the area where I just don't have any idea what could be the problem. So that's how it is. I didn't want this video to be very long. I just wanted it to be short so that I can show you what's going on. And if you have suggestions or ideas, or you had any issue like this, talk to me, because I'm in a very big trouble here. Okay, guys, it's getting cold, winter is coming, so I need to solve this problem now. If I don't solve it now, when winter is coming, I'm in deep trouble. Okay, yeah, I just want to fix it and maybe say bye-bye. Maybe say bye-bye. I have another Citroen, the one that I bought to scrap. We are thinking of fixing it and using it. So I'll have two Citroens, the one that we use at home and the one that we use as a taxi. I was going to just take spares from it, but it's £20 to tax. This car is almost £250 to tax. And it's terrible on fuel. It's absolutely terrible. So we got to fix it and let him go. There are some people who need him somewhere else. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Please comment. Help me out here. Okay, bye-bye.